Now there's another thing that I want to do with the bike, and it's repaint a couple of things. So if you have a look here, this stuff, wouldn't that be cool black? It would blend in with the frame. And on the other side here, and of course these are in dire need of some love. And this one next. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a couple taps because that's probably been on there a long last time. Now it should come out without snapping or something. Those definitely could have done with some copper grease 10 years ago. Right. For our references, taking off the brake footrest, yeah, it's connected like this down there and that there, and this is the back. Okay, so there's the brake, rear brake. Connected on this little pivot, so maybe this bolt will just remove that, and then you've got this rear brake light switch here. It's just connected there with a spring like that. Okay, so that's how the rear brake goes back together after you dismantle it. Alright, now unfortunately this bolt did actually strip, nothing I can do about it. But yeah, just taking off the whole thing is actually quite easy. So I've unscrewed the clutch first. It's just there, look. So the clutch should just, the clutch lever should just come off and dangle there. Make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Alright, don't damage that. That can stay right there. And this is just going to be undoing those. And the entire footrest will come off. This is way easier than the other side. Da da da. Da da da. Ah! Da da. Alright. Okay, dokey. Having one of these outside is so bloody nice. Ay, ay, ay. I have cleaned all the pieces, the footrests and stuff, and the difference is insane. And judging by the color of the water, you'll see. Oh my god. Yeah, and look at the pieces. Almost brand bloody new. Apart from the minor oxidization and stuff on there. Now I'm even wondering, should I bother painting them? I think I still will. But wow. What a difference a clean can make, eh? Alright, the next thing to do is sand all the pieces. So, because we're going to be painting them, we need them to be nice and rough. So this is low grit sandpaper, so it's nice and rough. And yeah, we're literally just gonna sand down all of the pieces. Okay? We want it so it's not shiny anymore, basically, so the paint will grip onto the metal. Alright, so other than the fairing pieces, I also have this. This is a Gen 1 ZX-10R brake master cylinder, which is going to go on the ZX-12. It is an upgrade, it looks better, and it functions better. Sorted. So I'm going to take this apart, and I guess we'll spray this black. Once again, my genius knows no bounds. It's got a nice portable footage here. And up here we've put some nails in the wood. Why? Okay, one of the things you definitely have to do is block up all the ports and the screw holes and like everything on the master cylinders and the brake levers where you can't get paint in. Any bolts will be, you'll have a lot of trouble putting any bolts in if there's paint in there, put it that way. Okay, I have set up the lair. So we've got this big cover here, the heater's on, paints are in the hot water. The bike is covered, just in case. And we've got this here so nothing goes to the rest of the garage where the rest of the parts are. And of course all the parts are lined up here. So in theory, this area is quite getting warm. It's going to be the correct temperature to paint these. Those are going to be a nice temperature, not freezing cold. They're going to be nice and warm. No dust in here, no wind in here, so all of these parts should be perfectly painted. Fingers crossed, yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, here goes nothing. Try not to fuck everything up. Nice and warm. Okay, time for color. The way I'm going to do this is one very light coat and then 2 medium coats after like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And that apparently gives you the best coverage. It's painting time, he said. And that he painted everywhere. But let me show you the black. Maybe you can see this. That's properly nice.